in Minneapolis. It's Week 17 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. Taking it about the 1. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
He'll be brought down about the 28.
By number 25.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 12 carries, 55 yards.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers.
Touchdown, Packers!
Green Bay.
A big play there. With touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Packers have taken the early lead.
Good.
Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right.
It'll be Edmonds to begin the drive. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun. Seymour will get this to his running back, Edmonds. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays. We know they have these RPOs in their playbook, and look, we're seeing it here in the first quarter. You think we're going to see it as the game continues?
They trotted them out early for a reason, partner. They're letting them know that this is in the arsenal, and we rely on it. You better be prepared because this is going to be an all-day affair trying to stop them.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
And goal to go.
Back to throw. Seymour. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
And goal at the Packers' 5-yard line.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
They'll try to run with it.
Very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. They'll go for it with Edmonds. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. They just put a little sizzle in their steak there. First quarter, 4th and goal, run it in. A boost.
I think they showed confidence in their defense by going for it. That's telling their defense, look, we're counting on you guys, and we know that we believe in you because we go for it here. Even if we don't get it, get field position on our side, and you'll stop them. Instead, they put it in the end zone and tally up 6 points.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, and you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A big play there. Becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Packers have taken the lead.
Good. Makes the score.
Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. The partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talked.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now. From the gun, Seymour. And quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score.
Into the first quarter with the score, Packers 14, Vikings 7.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Operating from the gun, Seymour. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. The partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safety safeties are back there to prevent that happening, but they found the opening and exploited it.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up, whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook.
And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
And the fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game.
At the 28-yard line.
To throw on second down. Seymour throwing right, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Derek Brown in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far, so maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely, and that sack finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down. Makes it manageable now.
On third down, Seymour. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the first down marker. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Second and 6.
Off the play fake. Seymour. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. On first down, Seymour. Over the middle, complete. It's Bates. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. From the gun, Seymour. Throw left side, complete. It's Bates. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. This will be caught at about the 6. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. From 13 yards out. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it's polished off by a Viking score. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Taken in at the 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Packers offense set to go. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Wide open receiver, complete. And finally out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 63 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. 6 to their lead.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down, good luck. He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
We now proceed to the start of the second half.
35, Vikings 21.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
38-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Off-play action. Seymour. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Flush to his right. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A big play there. 55 yards. And the Packers add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score in the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Edmonds. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying. Trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, they run with Edmonds. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Right at the line of
no gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up.
3rd and 11.
Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring them down to the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
And that will be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the first half. They've extended their lead so far here in the second half. I don't know, they're just looking good on hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of the team may not have anything to say.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Flushed out right. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. I don't even know what to say anymore. I mean, I've lost track of how many times he's been in the end zone. This is just flat unbelievable.
Doesn't matter whether you have an abacus, a calculator, just old-fashioned pencil and paper trying to total it up. The number is staggering. What a performance. This man knows how to find the end zone and make it count.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
28-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 85 catches for him on the year now, and the result there is a first down.
At the 39-yard line.
Looking to throw. Seymour. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at their 49-yard line.
On second down, this is Edmonds. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And he will finally go out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up second and
back to throw here. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 28. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment and shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And it's
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they've wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
At the 45-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Seymour. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. On first and 10, Seymour. And he's got it. Got his man on the in route, complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They had two straight first downs, now a gain of 9 to set up 2nd and 1.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it. The defenders are grab as well.
Able to connect. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Another carry now for Edmonds. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
On the play. Brings up 3rd and 13.
From the gun, Seymour. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. On the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
27-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Green Bay.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Escaping the pressure right. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. And his kick is good. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And now a little across the 25 to the 27.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, mini camp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
He's got his man in stride, complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Packers, a final win means they will finish off the regular season at a very strong.
Yeah, I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. I turn the knob, camera assist, I'm incredible. Yeah, came for the dollars, call it vegetable. Then I did the dash, can I catch me, bro? Ooh, then I did the dash, can I catch me, whoa? Your whole team is no competition. Boy, I did it by myself, it's a solo mission. Running up the charts, I'm a fool, dog. Turn the whole field to a schoolyard. Bunch of students ain't eating round here. I'm the GOAT, little man, and I made it loud and clear. Put the gas on them like I'm with the Cavalier. Show no love, got the confidence, no fear. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Okay, yeah, can I hit that? 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 Yeah, Stars born, I've been ready for this. Since like 9-5, I've been eager for this. Talent on the rise, I'm consistent with this. Trophy is the prize, ain't no gimmicks with this. Okay, now what's left on them? Told you I'ma flex on them. I did it all subtle, ooh, and then I hit that exit on them. Gotta blame my faith, cause these odds ain't got nothing on them. I secure the safe for the cradle, I ain't dropping nothing, ooh. Only winning is exception, ain't no truce. Ain't no dub, ain't no L on my crew, ooh. Only winning is exception on my crew, yeah. Ain't no dub, ain't no L. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this.